guys, what's up? It's your girl marcelasheney, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about this lovely book here, The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz, and the 5 lessons that I learned. Stay tuned. So lesson number 1, just because you have sex with somebody does not mean that you are obligated or they're obligated to be in a relationship with you. Now, we know that we live in a culture that is full of situationships, right? And I am a victim of situationships. And I used to have this concept thinking like, dang, like, okay, if we're having sex, like we go together. When the other person's probably like, sis, we're just having sex. Like it's nothing that deep, right? And I had to learn that no, not necessarily. If you walk into that mentality thinking that you're having sex with this person and you guys are in a relationship, and that other person is like, no, we're not in a relationship, you're bound to get hurt. You're going to get hurt because that's not what that person wants. Just because you want it doesn't mean that person wants it. So that's why it's very important, like when you're having sex with someone, you lay down the law, like, look, like, are we working towards something or are we just like having sex? Because if we're just having sex and I know that that's not what I want and I want a relationship out of this, then I think we shouldn't have sex and we should just cut it all in ties, pretty much. Now, lesson number 2, never put your happiness onto somebody else. And when I saw that in the book, it's crazy because I've always believed in that ideology, like never place your happiness onto somebody else, because that's just very selfish. You're putting all of this expectations onto this person who may not be ready for that, for one. And 2, you should be your own source of happiness. You should look for happiness within yourself, not from somebody else. There's a chapter in the book called A Man Who Never Believed in Love, if I'm not mistaken. And basically there's this guy who's so adamant about not liking love. He doesn't believe in it. And he runs into a woman who believes the same thing, the same ideology, like love is toxic. It's not the thing. And basically they fall in love, right? Which is so funny. And then in the chapter, the man ends up getting the woman the moons and the stars. And then he places it onto her. And she basically shattered him. Basically like was just like, this is too much for me. Like I can't take it. Again, he ends up not believing in love again, right? But that was on his own fault because he expected so much out of her where she wasn't ready for all of that, right? So that's what it comes to show. Never place your happiness on somebody else at all. Lesson number 3. Love is not supposed to be based on fear. Love is a beautiful thing, you know, whether it's having a relationship with your parents, a relationship with a partner, your sister, whoever. Love is supposed to be a beautiful thing. It should not be based on fear, because if you're basing love on fear, then it's not love at all. You shouldn't have to be afraid of someone cheating on you, somebody leaving you, all types of things, all the negative concepts, right? You should feel comfortable being in love. You should be able to be comfortable with receiving love, right? Which used to be my issue. I used to have this thing where I'm like, okay, like I love you, but I'm afraid that you don't love me back. So do you really love me? Like, no. When you enter a relationship with someone and it's solidified, you should be able to receive the love and accept the love that they give you, and vice versa. Because if not, then why are you guys together? You're just wasting your time. And again, love is a beautiful thing. It shouldn't come with any negative connotation or anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. So I'm learning that if I'm going to enter a relationship, I need to be 100% that I am comfortable with this person, to know that this person loves me and that I'm able to receive the love that this person is giving to me. All right, so lesson number 4. You cannot mold someone to be the person that you want in the relationship, all right? So as women, I can vouch for this. We have this thing where we think that we can change a man into the man of our dreams, when that's not necessarily the case. So there's an analogy in the book, right, that mentions, let's say you get an animal, a pet animal, and you wanted a dog, but instead you got a cat, right? And you're trying to make this cat bark when cats don't bark. You're trying to make this cat take a bath, knowing that cats don't even like water. You're trying to give this cat dog food when cats don't even eat dog food, right? So you're trying to change all these things when you know that it's impossible. Same when it comes to relationships with people. You cannot change someone, for one, who does not want to be changed, or 2, is not ready to change. You have to either accept for how they come, or move on to something else and find someone that has the beliefs, the morals, the values that you have and who you want to be in a relationship with. I used to have this thing where I'm like, oh, I can change him. Did I change him? No, I just made him run away, for one. And also, two, like, he would treat me bad simply because, again, I thought that I could change a man when you can't change him. So, again, don't try to mold someone into the person you want them to be, because you can't. All right, and lesson number 5. Healing is important in order for you to receive the love that you deserve. If you don't heal within yourself, you're going to fall into the same pattern of women and men consistently over and over and over and over again, because you're not taking the time to sit down and put in the work within yourself. If you don't work on yourself, literally people like treat you any type of way. Like, they don't care. They're like, you don't love yourself enough, so why should I care? And when it comes to learning about yourself, you should definitely work within yourself, like your inner soul, your inner spirit. Try to figure out why you do the things that you do, why you love the way that you do. Does this come from a parent aspect? Does this come from a previous partner that I've had? Just figuring yourself out, literally taking the time to figure yourself out. When you try to figure yourself out, then you start to categorize, okay, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. And I can definitely say this after, realizing the type of men that I used to like at 20 versus 25. Like, I can totally see the growth that I put in to myself to realize, I'm like, okay, yeah, this isn't it for me and this isn't what I deserve. So again, work on your inner healing within yourself so you can get the love that you deserve. All right, guys, and that is all for today. I hope you guys like my video. Again, don't forget to pick up this book, The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. You can find this at any place where they sell a book, probably Amazon too, pretty sure. But again, you guys will definitely love this book, especially if you're working on your inner self. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you guys soon. Bye.